Hello, everyone. Welcome to the NewsBrowse News broadcast. NHK reports that peace talks between the United States and Iran appear stalled as both nations maintain unyielding positions. U.S. President Donald Trump, in a Fox News interview, asserted that the U.S. could destroy Iran's infrastructure, including bridges and electricity capacity, within 2 days, expressing no doubt that Iran would eventually capitulate. The New York Times also reported that Trump's aides have drafted plans for military strikes, potentially resuming as early as next week, possibly involving Israel. Conversely, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, during a visit to India, emphasized that Iranians fundamentally distrust Americans, identifying this as the primary impediment to diplomatic efforts. He further warned on social media that Americans would incur rocketing costs for a war of choice against Iran, a comment made as bond markets saw selling of U.S. government bonds, leading to increased long-term interest rates. Beijing. GG Press. China's Ministry of Commerce announced on May 16, 2026, that it has reached an agreement with the United States to mutually lower tariffs. The announcement follows a U.S.-China summit held in Beijing. As part of the agreement, China also stated its intention to purchase U.S.-made aircraft. This development signifies a step towards de-escalating trade tensions between the two economic superpowers. The details of the tariff reductions and the specific types or quantities of aircraft were not immediately disclosed, but the commitment highlights a willingness from both sides to enhance economic cooperation and address trade imbalances. The agreement is expected to be a key outcome of the recent high-level talks, potentially paving the way for further negotiations on broader economic issues. According to Linfa Zabal, Iran is preparing to unveil a new mechanism for managing maritime traffic and collecting fees in the Strait of Hormuz. Aziz, chairman of Iran's Parliamentary National Security and Foreign Policy Committee, stated that guidelines for fees and shipping routes will be announced shortly. This system is designed to benefit only merchant vessels and entities that cooperate with Iran, with charges directly linked to the specific services provided. The announcement comes after Iran effectively blockaded the Strait of Hormuz. The article notes that prior to a hypothetical attack by the U.S. and Israel on February 28, 1/5 of the world's oil and liquefied natural gas, LNG, transited through this vital waterway. Such disruptions historically led to severe oil supply crises and price surges. Iran state television also reported that European nations have begun negotiations with the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Navy to secure passage permits, similar to earlier discussions with East Asian countries like China, Japan, and Pakistan. Al Jazeera reports that Israel's ruling coalition has submitted a call for an early election, triggered by an ongoing dispute over the conscription of ultra-Orthodox men into the military. Ultra-Orthodox parties, crucial to the government, demand exemptions for their constituents, citing religious study as the spiritual backbone of Israel. This stance clashes with Israeli law, as the High Court of Justice has repeatedly ruled such exemptions illegal. The crisis deepened when a faction of the United Torah Judaism Party, led by Rabbi Dov Landau, withdrew support, expressing a loss of faith in Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Public opinion overwhelmingly favors conscripting ultra-Orthodox men and imposing sanctions on those who refuse. The military, facing exhaustion from expanded campaigns in Gaza, Iran, and Lebanon, urgently needs new recruits. Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Ayal Zamir stressed that Haredi recruitment is an existential need for sustaining operations, which have led to thousands of Palestinian and Lebanese civilian deaths. NTD News reports that OpenAI announced on Wednesday that it found no evidence of user data being accessed following a security issue involving a supply chain attack on Tanstack NPM, a widely used open-source library. The ChatGPT maker confirmed that its production systems and intellectual property were not compromised, nor was its software altered. While 2 employee devices in its corporate environment were impacted by the attack earlier this week, only limited credential material was exfiltrated from associated code repositories, with no other information or code affected. OpenAI stated it immediately isolated the compromised systems and temporarily restricted code deployment workflows to contain the impact. The company is also rotating code signing certificates, which will necessitate macOS users to update their applications. OpenAI did not provide further details to Reuters at the time of reporting. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.